what... I know I only have to kill the icicle, but it's not like I have to only kill the icicle. But, I mean, nobody told me that if I kill the other things, everything breaks. Has somebody told Sega Chief about this yet? Because somebody should probably tell Sega Chief about this. Another thing that doesn't work the way I think it's supposed to work. I am back from... not retirement, let's call it... my prolonged vacation. You know, I got lost really bad in traffic. I was only about to be gone for like a day or two, but then like I was in this really bad traffic jam. And unfortunately this is only when I returned right now. I mean, I could do it again just to show you what happens, because it's really fun and all. If it happens again, that is. No, I have not updated the file yet. I really like looking at birds' chests. And I think this too is a random softlock. Yeah. This... like, I don't even know... like, if I kill everything, I get a softlock. If I don't kill everything, I get a softlock. So... what am I supposed to be doing here? I mean, to be fair, I think the first time I killed everything, I did not get a softlock. Maybe I should just go back to killing everything, it's more fun anyway. Well, why don't you just type as I say, and you can just quote. The game just fucking exploded. Exclamation mark. Against the icicles. You'll know what I mean. Yeah, I could try that. Barrett doing high-level yoga once again. Wait. Doesn't any— oh my god, really? So the person having enemy skill materia is Cloud. That's fucking wonderful. This one isn't Canaan, it's Super Canaan. It's so Canaan, it's the Grand Canyon. I hope so. Let me check, I'll be back in a minute. Well, why would I be getting more macarons? I mean, isn't it kind of silly to even assume I have any left? How many macarons do you think I had? How many do you think I ate? These are two very important questions. Also, is this ASMR already? I hope so. I mean, for best effects, obviously use headphones. I haven't even put anything into my mouth yet, so I'm not sure how you can say anything was crunchy, because that was only the unpacking. Nothing has been eaten as of yet. But I must say that I'm pretty sure that the thing I could eat isn't actually crunchy. I think that's just... also, why are they not dead yet? Please die, please die, please die. Why is everyone named Cloud? Well, why shouldn't everyone be named Cloud? Of course, I have gotten all the characters, so that at one point I had 9 clouds, but then one cloud was cloud busted, and now I only have 8 clouds. You know, I think the damage they take is so high, not so much because because of who they are, but just because they have so much materia equipped. Also, can you perceive any more crunchiness in my vocal cords from the allegedly so crunchy food I'm eating? It's not silent, it's just quiet. I'm still not really sure whether one should be heard eating things or not. Someone on YouTube once told me they don't like that. On the other hand, there's an entire ASMR community on YouTube who seem to be just into all kinds of sounds and noises they want to hear. So it's really hard to find some kind of middle ground. You know, personally I say that the only good ASMR is unintentional ASMR. Like when people really try to do it with the whispering, that doesn't work. I don't really like that. Yeah, that worked. And in fact, I don't want to risk it, so I'm gonna save now and then go upstairs again and try the remaining 2 icicles afterwards. You know, when I was younger, I thought that the way this works is that as you bring these icicles to fall down, I thought they would like build a staircase, not a staircase, but like a bridge over which you can cross. But that's actually not at all how this works. The icicles that fall down, they just raise the water level so that the already extant bridge just gets raised to a high level so that you can cross it. Isn't that just exciting to see various bridge concepts at work? Like the bridge over which you will later jump to the next screen, like this one already exists, it's just that it's just that the level of the bridge is too low and you need to put the icicles into the ground to like raise the water level. And I didn't realize that until much later than when I first played the game. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, but it's an interesting little observation, I would say. I'm not sure if I would agree with you on the spookiness, because to me this is not exactly spooky, but if you think so. Also, I need to inform you that good chance at guessing what I'm eating is about to come to an end, because the thing I'm eating is about to be consumed in its entirety. No, it's not wafers. Chocolate, of course. Why would it be chocolate, of course? It's also not car tires, because my daily dose of car tires has already been met earlier. You know, I think you shouldn't eat too many car tires, so... Caramel? Why exactly caramel? That's awfully specific. And why would Disney World tell you such a thing? So, in completely unrelated terms, not related to what I was eating, I just have this question if, linguistically, there is a difference between the words hare and rabbit. Is it like when you speak about pork and pig? Or what exactly does the word hare denote? So hare is a certain type of rabbit? It's interesting. Well, even in German, I never understood the difference between different words for rabbits. Like in English, there's not only hare and rabbit, there's also bunny. Maybe there's just too many words for these weird little creatures. I mean, maybe there is just, you know, I guess it's just the case of different languages having different numbers of words for almost the same thing. It's just probably a matter of culture. Like, apparently, some languages differentiate more closely between different colors. I believe I have heard that in the Russian language, you don't just have blue as a color, but you only have like light blue and dark blue, so you can't just say something is blue. You have to say it's light blue or dark blue. Whereas in some languages you just have the concept of something being blue in general. So maybe you could apply the same to rabbits, and some languages don't care if it's a hare, a rabbit, or a bunny. Whereas for other languages it's really important to make this, of course, most ingenious, important distinction between what kind of shitty rabbit you're talking about. A type of dildo is called jackrabbit. Really? Interesting. I mean, there's also various terms for donkey, jackass, dullard, whereas in German all of these are summarized, I believe. I'm not an animal expert, under the four-letter word that goes by the four letters of ESEL. I don't believe in the second word you're mentioning there. I know it exists, but I deny its existence as of in common parlance. So I wonder if schizo is gonna be hard. Should I even prepare for this? I don't even know. Well, I think there are words that are not so important, like synonyms to donkey. Like, those words are not important. I mean, on the other hand, if there were specific words, and oh my god, what the actual fuck is this? I don't want to pay my therapist this much again. Anyway, also this defense is like extremely high, I think. As I was saying, if there were different words, specific words for, you know, these four important foot types, they would be of course much more important than different words for different types of monkeys or donkeys. donkeys. I mean, can you even hear the difference between donkey and donkey? Donkey. I mean, there's also the term jackass, but isn't jackass slightly non-standard? It sounds like it's not part of standard language to me, but I wouldn't know for sure. And these attack animations are just the shit. Like, seriously? What the fuck is even going on? They are still not dead. That is interesting. Oh really? So a jackass can only be male? Is there a term for a female donkey then? Or is a female donkey just a donkey? Oh hey Silelash. Well, there is indeed a chance you died. And I am just your personal kind of heaven. Or maybe hell. Escape. Are you saying I should escape from these enemies? And if so, why is that? Debug room alt and weapon bug. Oh, you mean because their HP started at 0? Is that what you mean? But that's not the case, I think. Also, give me a second. I might, if I were able to find back my old pictures that were used as, you know, the background images. Unfortunately, I cannot currently find them on my computer, so I am afraid I cannot provide the artistic pleasure that you're seeking. Hey Arbana, thank you. I could do that, I guess. That's a good idea, of course. What the fuck? I do not want to renew my Winoir license. In fact, I don't think I want to do that ever. I mean, I seriously wonder what kind of person buys the full version of Wind Noir. I mean, probably some kind of company might. But outside of that, I have a hard time seeing who would even do that. Is there a light version of Wind Noir? I don't know. I don't think so. That's a lot of damage. Also, shouldn't Clouds, I mean this Cloud here, at some point learn his level 3-1 limit break? I wonder. Oh hey, thanks Desert Eagle. You know, last time I was streaming on Twitch, I think, sub-gifting was not a thing yet. But people were talking about it and wanting it all the time, and apparently at some point Twitch realized it's a good idea. I think it's random, but it's not unrealistically much, if that's what you're wondering. It's only randomized in certain very reasonable borders, I think. Ultima early on is really OP. In case you didn't expect that, I can now assure you that it is. Somebody say Sega Chief, tell him that Ultima early on is really OP, in case he doesn't know yet. Last time I streamed, you were still able to power your computer by rubbing two big balloons together with wheel fast speed. It's nice. What do you do these days? Do you sit on like an exercise bike and have to bike real fast? Or do you have to use like actual electricity that comes out of like a mystical power socket out of your house. The balloons got stolen? Wow, that's really sad. I mean, hamsters are kind of nice for that, but hamsters' life expectancy is probably too short to make a good long-term investment. I mean, I think hamsters live like 3 to 5 years tops. Which is kind of sad, because when I was a child, I had a hamster, and, you know, being a child, and now I'm not sure if you realize, but I am not a child anymore. So, I mean, I guess you can see what I'm trying to say, right? Can you? I am trying to inform you that, in fact, my hamster is no longer fully functional. Are you serious? You're not allowed to buy hamsters in Germany anymore? I mean, are you saying you cannot go to animal shops and buy them? But like, can't you buy a hamster from like an online store? Somewhere? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I think they are trying to say that you cannot buy anymore. Because... oh, it's a pun. Ho ho ho. Yeah, you know, the word for... there is a German word that he just used, which translated into English as hamster buying. And it means buying... like... like a manic person, like a maniac. Buying too much of it and hoarding it. I'm not sure if there's an English expression for it. Is it called hamster buying in English as well? Not sure. I don't think so. I mean, I think it's not so much hamstering. I see. It's not so much buying it for the worst case scenario, it's just that you buy it in a panic. It's not a very rational thing. Well, thanks once more for the unforeseen wisdom that has been brought to us by our good, dear, slightly old friend Punky Midas. I mean, now that I think about it, you must, because of all the wisdom you bring to us, and your name sounding like it, you must be a follower of Archimedes, or just all the Greek sages in general. Oh hey, Bakutaku. That is true. And now I have to deal with Tifa. The etymology of your name? Do you mean, etymology? Oh hey Astro, how are you? I think you're not using the right word there, punk, which is a great sadness because you um, as the flag bearer of wisdom in this chat should be most expected to use words, I assume. A 50-minute slumber. Also, why would one eat graham crackers? I must reprimand you for your very poor dietary choices. Oh, thank you, Astro. Thank you very much. Also, if you really mean entomology, which is a term I just looked up, and I can inform you, according to Wikipedia, is the scientific study of insects, and therefore a branch of zoology, which of course makes perfect sense when applied to the question, what is the entomology of your name? So which weapon should I give my Tifa? Maybe I should just stick with this, even though it kind of sucks. You filtered your US census yesterday evening, figuring out the roots of your whiteness. Like, do you have to do this? That's... Oh hey Bakutaku, thank you. Like, do you have to do this? I mean, what if you don't know this stuff? Can't you just say you don't know this? Are you required to like put in something even if you don't know stuff? I mean, maybe you really think you're Jamaican. It's not like they can test what you think you are. Maybe you're just delusional. No, I didn't mean to say that you should have put delusional. You could have put Japanese there, and then, because you might not be Japanese, as a justification have explained that you are just delusional. I wonder if that would have worked. Jedi for religion? Is that because... Do you know this because you too are a follower of the Jedi? That's a great answer. Sorry, I'm not actually Japanese. I'm just delusional from watching too much anime. Yeah, I mean, you can probably study that. Like, make it sound a bit more natural, and you're set. I don't see an issue with that at all. Sounds about right for me. You know, only the sad part is I do not have to take such census tests. Like, all this knowledge I'm acquiring here right now is completely useless to me. It's really such a shame. I mean, personally, I really sympathize religiously with Satanists. I think they have a pretty rad religion. I mean, I think it's still too much work, but like, bragging rights wise, it's something I would say I am in like a written test or something I had to put down. Oh my god, like, what is wrong with these enemies? This is like too many explosions, I mean seriously. Well, isn't there also many types of Satanism? Isn't there the so-called Levian Satanism, which was cultivated by some kind of guy who had like a goatee and kind of wanted to apparently look like Satan or something? Based on the way he looks, I might be so inclined to say. Well, no, not Shakespeare. Maybe you, maybe Satanism actually isn't such a bad religion to begin with. Maybe it is actually altruistic. I mean, I think like unironically, Satanism isn't a bad thing. Like, I think there's much worse than Satanism. Probably every large religion is much worse than Satanism, no offense. I mean, I think that's because you don't really understand what Satanism is, not that I do, but I think Satanism doesn't have to do anything with summoning demons. I mean, what kind of religion summons demons? Because I want to join that. My life does not have the amount of demons I deem sufficient, so please tell me where I can find more demons. You know, I find it hard to take what you're saying, namely that you study demonology. I find it hard to take that claim seriously. I am sorry to say that, but that just sounds hard to believe. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just pretend and claim that none of you studied demonology ever. But of course I could be entirely wrong. Your biggest passion is the paranormal and demonology. Well, I still don't know if that's true or not. But then again, you could be right, and I just might not know you so well. Which, you know, might be realistic considering that you also didn't know that one of my greatest dietary pleasures is macarons. So maybe we just, as people in general on the internet, seem to not share everything that might be of importance to us. Am I quarantined? What do you mean? Like, I personally am not quarantined, but my country has like some sort of lockdown that I am affected by. You know, maybe you don't know this, and I don't know how it is in the US, but most shockingly, you know, brothels have been closed here. How am I supposed to go on with the knowledge and the reality of not being able to go to a brothel anymore? It's terrible. What do you mean by that? Are you implying that I'm faking my nationality? Is that what you're saying? I mean, also, it's not just that only brothels closed, but from what I heard, even bathhouses and similar quote-unquote prostitution places have closed. I just cannot get past that. Also, what exactly are similar prostitution places? Like prostitution campgrounds? Prostitution car washes? I really wonder what other prostitution places there are that I don't even know about yet. Well, I'm always talking about the important things. I'm glad you appreciate that, XB. Well, I recently spoke to a lawyer, not a lawyer, but like somebody who works in the law business, and they told me, which I didn't even know previously, that prostitution is legal in this country, and apparently out of this legality, the usual legal issues, namely taxation and tax disputes with between the prostitution people and the state arise. So there's literally people in this country that deal with taxation disputes between prostitutes and the state, which I find is really just fascinating. Truly the pinnacle of the legal system. Liechtenstein? I mean, please, nobody is from Liechtenstein. Why are they not... When did you even last play through FF7, I wonder, Punk? Because it's easy to say things, but doing them is a different matter. You're saying you played this game last year. I am kind of suspicious as to the veracity of your answer. I wonder what Neo Bahamut will be. Transform. One could say Bahamut's Neo Bahamut has indeed been transformed. Oh, back to 100% once after this randomizer. Why don't I just leave this question out in the open and let you guess? Because after all, your guess is just as good as mine. I mean, I don't know. It's funny how people think that I can predict my actions better than they can. I don't think that's the case. Like, I can only guess whether I'll win this again or not. I don't know, just as much as you don't know. I mean, you might think I am a full-time streamer, but I am actually a full-time food porn producer, which is a similar thing, but slightly different still. How to basic style? How to basic style as in not food porn at all? I also hope you realize I was joking when I said that, because alas, I am indeed not a full-time food porn producer, even though it's my great aspiration, but I find it hard to accomplish such a thing. So I'm afraid it might never truly become reality. I'll look at big swords again. And spooky looking attacks. What is my Instagram? I haven't used my Instagram in a long time because Instagram is a spooky platform. People just seem to ask me weird things on there. It's too much small talk and I don't know. Also, I would like to not die. Which by the minute is getting less likely. I have a feeling this might end deadly. What does this even do? Oh, whatever. People are not asking weird stuff on Twitch. No one has ever asked me weird stuff on Twitch. Well, have fun lurking. Did you know there's a track in FF7 soundtrack whose title literally is Lurking in the Dark? Maybe you could have that as like your theme song. I don't ask anyone weird stuff, or write weird stuff, or answer weird things. Like, weirdness is not part of my system, of my MO. I didn't ask you why you didn't like feet, I think. I inquired you as to whether you were aware of the various types of feet according to scientific feet standards, something like that. I think I also hypothesized on that you might not have actually ever seen pretty feet, which is a valid assumption to make based on what you were telling me. You know, because you still haven't done this, I'm gonna do it myself now, and I'm gonna read them to you, because it's the only way for me to remember these types. So how does one start this? Like, what do I even Google? Like, foot types, maybe? Yeah, that must be it. Foot types. Foot types, Google.com, tell me. Foot types or foot shapes? People also ask, what are the three types of feet? I thought there are 4. Like, are you telling me there's only 3 now? Well, this site says there's 3 types: Egyptian, Roman, and Greek. But this site says there's 5: Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Germanic, and Celtic. And this vibe says there's even 6: Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Germanic, Celtic, and somebody in your lineage fucked their sister. So it seems there is indeed 6 types. And it also seems like indeed this game softlocked. Okay, this is unfortunate because it means I have to load my last save. But to be fair, it wasn't that long ago, was it? You know, maybe to prevent myself from more of this happening, I'm gonna use a tool again to save just right before that fight, to be on the safe side. So anyway, the gist of what I was saying is that there are indeed 5 foot types, and should I describe to you what they look like now? The Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Germanic and Celtic one. So essentially from what I can tell, like the ugly, well, that's not the right way to say it, but there's like differently pretty, intuitively pretty feet types, and I guess like if you were to see Roman feet, you might not find them this disgusting, I guess that's what the gist of what I'm saying is. Also, you could look at this site and then figure out what kind of feet you have. And which ones you find most spooky. How many softlocks did you panic buy then? Enough? No. I don't have enough toilet paper to sell on the black market for an upscale uptick price. I mean, I only use toilet paper to sell it to people during panics like these, and I do not have enough of it to really profit from that. $700 per what? Per roll? Per pack? Who the fuck is willing to spend $700 on a device that gives them a slight rupture on their now what's the anatomical term to use? Buttocks? I mean, I'm not a proctologist, but I heard from my proctologist friends, of which I assume I have lots, that apparently like using toilet paper isn't even a good thing. Well, the issue is that not every apartment or house has a bidet, so that's of course a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Have you heard that Japanese toilets, I mean not everyone, but like the pretty much everyone you will see in a hotel have fancy devices that that like splash water out of the toilets for cleaning purposes. They are really just fabulous. What is a pressure washer? I've not heard of that. It sounds like a medical device. You know, I think I mentioned earlier that the premium Japanese toilets model is called the Toto Washlet. Yes, I have been to witness many a Toto Washlet. Some people, I believe, only go to Japan so they can experience these toilets. Whether that's worth it is up to you to decide, I guess. I mean, they talk to you if you have some kind of schizophrenia, I'm afraid. Only. I don't think they're supposed to talk to you otherwise. No offense. But of course, I could be completely wrong. No, I've not been to a capsule hotel because I'm not claustrophobic, but I kind of prefer, like, space and comfort, you know, for my spacious arms and my spacious legs and my other spacious body parts that require, as I said, space. So there you go. Also, I can't function properly until I do some weird gymnastics in the morning, which capsule hotels do not really have the space for, I think. You know, another thing Japanese toilets sometimes have is they have like an inbuilt function, a button you can press for when you're making too much noise. That sounds like a water flush going off, so that other people do not hear your noises you make yourself. Not the toilet noises, but it's supposed to drown out your own noises, because some people are embarrassed about noises they make, so they have this feature mostly for public toilets, because they think of these little details. And another soft loco. I mean, maybe I have to do something, or maybe I just... Well, yeah, I have to do something. Why is it soft locking? I'm not entirely sure, but I assume it's an attack animation ID issue, which I am currently on my way to fix. And we'll see if it works, but for that I need to actually know... Wait, it's called... The boss I'm fighting is called Nova Death, right? Because I need to... see what the enemy I'm trying to modify actually is called Genova Death, was it? I think. Oh, where is that? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Genova Death. Okay. Okay. No thanks. Well, I guess I could, but that's too much work to figure out how to do right now because I don't know what enemy ID that would be. But, I mean, you can just certainly do that. What model Godo do I have? It says here Godo V 0.4.2. This is the end. You're right. This is the end of this body's usefulness. Do I sound like some kind of erotic phone person if I speak like that? Because I need to know this for when I apply to be an erotic phone teller. Or if I need to work on my act. Well, but does Sephiroth sound like an erotic phone teller? That's what I'm asking. Well, that's good to know. And I kind of hope that things work this time. I mean, we don't see attacks, but at least the game isn't soft-locked. We just see dancing frogs, but, well, that's fine with me. I haven't gotten to carry armor yet. Tell him that I've only gotten to Genova Death. And Demon's Gate was completely unchanged. I think I told him that. Guard Scorpion was Guard Scorpion with, I think, additional enemies. Oh, it's soft-locking again. You know, it seems like I have to just kill this thing faster, because then this shouldn't happen. I mean, I'm kind of toying around with the enemies. I can kill things fast, but I mean, I have this overpowered stuff from earlier, like Ultima and other things, so I just do not want to be too rash sometimes, but apparently you have to be in this mod. Oh hey, Positive Abyss Lord, how are you? You know, sometimes going fast is indeed the only way. I once heard someone going loud is the only way. I'm not sure about that though. It seems like my magical attacks are kind of weak. Maybe she just has a high M defense in general, or at least in this mod. I don't even know if she has high M defense normally, but it seems like she has here. Okay. It seems like I have to actually do some planning, because apparently this is a new challenge fight. And no, in the speed one you use Tifa's Death Blow in combination with Death Sentence. But you know, why don't I use like just other late game stuff? Like, I'm just getting too obsessed with mastering materia. Like, let's just go all out in some crazy use our late game shitty OP stuff and just attack physically like there is no tomorrow, because I can do that too actually. I just didn't think I had to, but of course I can. Don't I even have a oh yeah, well, we are perfectly set. Why see it as an eagle? So I think this should kind of work. Let's just say with maybe. I'm feeling a strong maybe here. You know, apparently, coming back to these foot shapes I talked about earlier, apparently they are used to identify your ancestors, and apparently based on what foot type you have, people say you can also trace your ancestry. So allegedly, if you have, let's say, Roman feet, you also have Roman ancestry, and so on. I wasn't aware that that's a thing, and I'm not sure if it is. I mean, I'm not sure how trustworthy foot sites really can be. And I'm just reading an article that boasts the interesting title of Final Fantasy VII Remake Trophy List Revealed. Oh, did I get it? What the fuck? I got a soft lock right at the beginning of the battle. That's just unfortunate. Okay, then let's try again. So, I wonder what kind of revelations I will get in an article that's called Final Fantasy VII Remake Trophy List Revealed. Is that spoilers, by the way, if I read that out aloud? Apparently, there were 54 trophies, 1 platinum, 2 gold, 7 silver, 44 bronze, for a total of 1,230 points. And apparently they have interesting little names that probably have some kind of significance. Like, there seem to be chapters, and it goes to chapter 18, Destiny's Crossroads, and then there's other trophies. And here there's one called Collect 3 Music Discs, Max out a weapon's proficiency, level up an orb of materia, get praised by Jesse at the end of the motorcycle minigame. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to adjust my stuff. This kinda sucks. Someone stole a set of dumbbells from my bedroom today. Am I really to believe this? I don't know. That sounds a bit... I mean, first of all, it sounds funny. But, I mean, I must know if you're being ironic or not, because... Are you serious? Because that would be really quite... I mean, I probably, if it's real, I probably should not take your invasion of privacy and of course the dumbbell theft in its own seriously, but that sounds kind of sad. I think it's trying to do an attack. It cannot do for some reason. I think the main issue here is I need to save once more. I mean, were you there when I told my sad story yesterday? Which basically can be summarized as when I was a child, and I know I said the story in more detail yesterday, and of course with more storytelling value, but if you want the TLDR version, I was a child once, and a friend of mine stole a chameleon Pokemon statue I had, that I used to keep in my bathroom, and he stole that, and that's my sad story. A copy of Pokemon Pearl. I mean, it seems like people steal quite a few things from you. Not just dumbbells, but also a copy of Pokemon Pearl. I'm really sorry to hear these things. You know, surprisingly, I think this friend of mine, the chameleon Pokemon statue thief, one time, um, he actually still is alive. I believe, can't say for sure though. Oh, I can just check my scene bin with him. Sure, let me just do that. Wait, is that even it? I believe so. How long can it possibly take to upload a 280 kilobyte file? Apparently, like, really long. And speaking of these FF7 remake trophy list, I just came across another one that is called Sultan of Squat, complete all squat challenges. Do you know what kind of game is a game that has a trophy for squatting? Like, is it some kind of potty trainer game, or like some kind of leftist revolutionary game? Like, I'm not sure what squatting refers to in this context anymore. Dancing Queen, receive a gift from Andrea for being a dance superstar. Snappy Dresser, obtain 3 bridal candidate outfits. Dress to the nines, obtain all 9 bridal candidate outfits. Whack-a-Box Wunderkind, complete all hard difficulty Whack-a-Box challenges. Complete all pull-up challenges. And there's 2 hidden trophies. Disc jockey, complete all music discs. Get to level 50 of the character. Complete all battle intel reports. Learn all weapon abilities. Learn all enemy skills. Complete all chapters on hard difficulty. Okay. Also, I just got past this boss, so I feel like any help is is now not really necessary anymore. But okay. Oh, I have to give my stuff to someone. Okay. Do you want to have stuff? Here you go. You have stuff now. Oh hey Kim, how are you? Ice. Ice is really great to have. You know, like an icy heart. Ice cream. It's perfect. I set the animation to 0, 1 for all of the attacks. I could um, I set them to 0, 1 because they wouldn't work. Like I tried to change to fix the issue by setting all the attack animations to 0, 1. There used to be something like 0, 7, 0, 6 and 0, 0, 8 or something like that. But I had the issue and then I set them, I changed them, and then the issue still persisted. You can say that. Or I could go to Discord and read it myself. Maybe I should do that. Hey wizard, thank you. And now I'm just talking in this section of the game. Hallucinating. Nothing really randomized, which is a shame because, as I said, randomized text would be really fun. What is my expert opinion on peas that are not in a pot versus peat in a pot? Peas in a pot versus peas not in a pot. Well, this of course might be a controversial topic, but personally, when I eat peas, which actually doesn't happen so rarely, because I'm quite into peas. I do not really understand the appeal of peas in a pot. Just seems kind of useless to me, to be honest, no offense. And also if you want to process peas into like, say, a puree or a coulis, or you know, all these other fancy terms I've learned since eating food, it makes sense to remove the peas from the pot anyway. The pots. But can you even eat the pots? I'm asking you. Can you? Really? I find... Well, maybe you can, I'm not sure. But when I buy like peas in a can, I know I shouldn't say that, but because it's not such a great idea to have peas in a can in the first place. But when I do such a thing, they they do not even come in pots anymore, you know. And referring back to my previous point, when you want to process peas, when you want to grind them, for instance, don't you then first have to remove the pots anyway? I have been to farmers markets, but I find them to be too farmerishy and too markety. I prefer stores because they are more store-y or grocery. Well, the issue with frozen peas, of course, is that you have to first probably unfreeze them. Like you have to wait for them and before you can use them. I mean, you can eat them frozen, but if you want to like put them into another form, like as I said, in a puree. If you want to like grind them and turn them into a liquid, then you have to wait before until they are completely unthawed, and this just takes time. But one thing I generally like about peas is that they are green, because green things are not yellow, and that's good. But more generally speaking, I think other legumes are more exciting than peas. I mean, what are your favorite legumes? I mean, earlier I already had a list of favorite nuts. Maybe I just like to make lists of things. I like to put things into a certain order. You know, I could give you lists of nuts, fruits, probably just about anything. Um, with regards to my preference of those things. Lentils. Lentils are fine, but I don't think they're my favorite legume. Um, my Kate Sif has level 2 slots, yes. And that level 2 slots, when I used it, gave me a soft lock when I was supposed to get the outcome of Toy Soldier. Peanuts. Are peanuts actually legumes? Aren't peanuts regarded as nuts? What about chickpeas? Don't you like chickpeas? Tell me. What about kidney beans? Because personally I think these are some of my favorite legumes. I would I would rank them higher than lentils personally. Black Eyed Peas. Are you trying to make a music joke there, or do you mean really Black Eyed Peas? Because I have actually eaten Black Eyed Peas. What about butter beans? What about black beans? Hey, Laquinos. Also, instead of taking steroids, I don't think you can get that kind of under rib cage muscle definition like this. I think there's a Reddit out there. I forgot its name. Like something about juice or something that is just out there to tell you if somebody is taking steroids or not based on pictures you post there. I wonder what they would say if you post a picture of Sephiroth. I mean, this is not natural. This must be a steroid user, I'm sure. I mean, look at this. I mean, of course, also the missing lower body part is a clear sign of steroid use, but I'm saying there's other signs. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I see people who have really spookily skinny legs, and I mean, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but um, but as I'm saying, I find it interesting how people still haven't taken the great prophecy in the form of don't skip leg day. I actually heard there's people who, because they are unsatisfied with the way their calves look, not their calves, their lower leg thingies. What are the muscles on like your lower half leg section called? Calves are the upper half section, right? Whatever these things are called, and people being unsatisfied with them, they are called calves. I thought the upper leg section are called calves. What are they called then? Like the section closest to your feet. Oh, thighs. I thought, I mean, I know the word thigh, I just thought there's another term for the upper part section. Anyway, I was trying to say that people, there are some people who are unsatisfied with the way that their apparently calves are looking. They have plastic surgery to get like implants into their calves to make them look bigger. I find it interesting that people would do that. I mean, I don't know if it works well or if there are like risks or any other side effects, but it's just fascinating to me that you would do that. I mean, I don't think you can increase your ankle muscles because your ankles are bones, and there's not really much you can do about the size of them, can you? I mean, apparently you can do all kinds of muscle implants, but people always tell me that I have spooky looking legs. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they are too spooky looking. And people have not really used the word spooky looking. I'm just trying to be mysterious about what people are saying exactly, because I don't know. I don't want to end up in TMI territory for you. I mean, if you can say your legs are pretty big, then I guess I can say things in like similar veins. Like monstrously big. Are your legs that big? Get 5 for like 5 years, then get skinny easy. I am not sure if that's good advice. Can't you get like cellulitis? I know people think only women can get that, but I'm sure that's not true. Like when I was a bit younger, I used to ride my bike all the time, like too much, and people say they can still see that. Yeah, they can see my ghost. When I'm riding bicycles now, there is an invisible ghost that is riding by my side. You know, like how in racing games there is a ghost sometimes that showcases your best run, your high score, your lowest time, your records. I have that riding by my side every time I ride a bike now. But anyway, apparently, if you take steroids, or if you take them if you take them in a way that's like too obvious, apparently there are muscles that become too big, and they give away your steroid use. Apparently, I'm not sure what the muscle in the neck is called, but there's like a muscle in the general neck area, and if that becomes too big, apparently that's usually a giveaway sign. I mean, of course, just right next to looking in general like a bull, or a donkey, or a monkey, or any other animal really. Maybe not exactly a cat, but if people associate a body with the shape of an animal, that's usually a sign that something might be wrong with your body. Or see you, Bakutaku. Good night. Crazy guts? What exactly are crazy guts? Should I Google crazy guts? Oh, also I think the muscle I'm thinking of, maybe it's called traps, but I always thought traps are something else. I think it's short for trapezoids, but what do I know? How can you tell if your cat is on steroids? Your ex-wife used to say you have the body of a cockroach. I think your ex-wife should get an eye doctor's appointment. I mean, I guess you could ask yourself if your cat is aggressive all the time. If your cat is aggressive all the time, it might be on steroids. I mean, why would anybody want to survive nuclear fallout? That to me just seems like a bad idea to begin with. I mean, there are preppers who whose goal it is to survive scenarios like that. But I mean, survival is not always the. At least I think that surviving at every price is not my goal. It sounds quite terrible, actually. You know, I actually learned some bodybuilding gear. Not gear, I mean language. But gear is one of that. Apparently gear is like another word for steroids. And if you're using steroids, you're called juicy. And if you're not, you're called nutty. And it's all very confusing. I don't know why you use these words. But if you spend too much time on YouTube, you learn these things. You know, I think they do more than just buy a fridge. They buy a fridge and then they buy like 20 kilograms of rice and just about as much as of that of pasta and breads, canned breads and other canned shit and other things. They buy like a bunker and stuff. I don't know why you would even buy steroids, like, I don't know. I'm not sure if they are even legal. I would need to Google that first. But I think being nutty is really annoying. Like, you have to be associated with nuts, and who wants that? As I said, I do not even know where I would procure such exotic materials, such as gear. Also, how does one even inject it into one's body? Like, literally inject? Like, with needles? I find that scary as a thought. I don't really want to do that. Did you know that the fear of needles or injections has probably several names, but one of them is